Pete Thorn, and welcome to my video about my Suhr signature HSS custom guitar. So this guitar was really born out of a desire to have something that was just a rock solid shred machine for a tour that I was doing. I play every year with this band called Classic Rock Show over in the UK, and we do a whole bunch of dates, about 60 dates every year in Europe, in the UK, now in the US as well. And sometimes we do songs by bands like Whitesnake and bands like Iron Maiden. And we do stuff all over the map. I mean, Rolling Stones and Zeppelin and The Who and all kinds of stuff. But for the kind of the more heavier, shreddier stuff, I just felt like I needed something, first of all, that maybe had a Floyd style bridge on it and also had a real hot bridge pickup. So we made this guitar, and then lo and behold, other people seemed interested in it, and we decided to offer it. So first of all, super striking finish. I love the finish on the thing. This is called Charcoal Sparkle. And you know, in some light it looks black, and then when it hits the lights, it just kind of blows up and looks really, really, really cool. So I love the sparkle finish on this guitar. It's just deep and really great looking. Flashy, but not too flashy. So as far as the woods on the guitar, it's an alder body. It's a maple neck, ebony fingerboard. Why did I go with ebony? Well, it was really out of vanity. I wanted a dark fingerboard because the whole sort of theme of the guitar was this almost black but sparkly, right? And so I thought ebony would look best, but I love the way it feels as well, and it sounds really cool. It's always got a really cool attack, and that seems to sort of go with the theme of this guitar, like a punchy, fast, you know, sort of shred machine. Maple neck that's roasted, I should mention. That's why it's got kind of that dark color. Now, I've noticed with my Suhr guitars that have roasted necks, just increased stability. Suhr necks are always great, but I mean, you roast them and they just become that much more stable. They need truss rod adjustments less, and they just seem really consistent, and it's just a cool thing. And I like the way they look, actually, when you roast them. Finish on the back of the neck is called butcher block, and it really almost feels like unfinished wood, but it's totally finished and protected. So it's a neat finish that they do. And it's a great thing to consider if you're getting a Suhr guitar, is the butcher block finish. Just has that raw kind of feel that I grew up in the 80s, and like I liked sanding all the finish off the necks on my guitars, but I guess it's not the smartest thing to do for humidity and to keep the neck intact. So anyway, the butcher block finish solves all that. Feels like raw wood, but it's not. Some of the other cool features on this guitar, the pickups. Let's talk about that for a second. So it's got the V63 singles in the neck and the middle, which just have a great combination of what you would want out of your favorite single coils from the 60s. You know, like snarling kind of mids, but still lots of chime and sort of that, you know, that clucky sound in position 4 and all that good stuff, and in position 2. So they just sound really great. In the bridge on this guitar, I chose to go with John Suhr's favorite humbucker, which is the SSH Plus. So it's quite a hot pickup. That's sort of against the grain for me. I'm usually sort of a PAF pickup or PAF style pickup person, the lower gain thing. But because this is once again, the kind of the little bit more high gain shreddy model, I went with the hot pickup in the bridge. And it just gives you that mid-range punch and, you know, that extra push for solos and stuff like that. That's really cool. And because we have this in the tone pot, push-pull on this is a series parallel switch. So you're able to get a lower gain, more sort of open top end sound out of the bridge pick real easily out of the bridge pickup by just pulling that tone knob up, puts it into parallel. And I'll show you more on that in just a second. And then as far as the other positions on the pickup switch, they're sort of what you would expect. When you go to position 2 on the switch, though, the humbucker splits and you get the inside coil of the humbucker blended with the middle. And that's kind of for your position 2 on your standard S-type guitar with 3 single coils, sort of a reasonable facsimile there of that sound. So long story short, it's super versatile as far as the tones go, and you get a lot of tones out of this guitar. It's not just a shred machine. A lot of great sort of vintage lower gain sounds. The bridge is really special on this guitar. It's a FU Tone licensed Floyd style bridge that has a D-tuner on it. So you can easily get down to D. So the bridge is blocked in the back, so it's down only, a la my guitar hero Eddie Van Halen. Down only operation. You can set it up to float if you want to. That's of course going to make it so that if you use the D-tuner, it's going to be a retuning situation, because of course the tension will change. but you can totally do that if you want to. It's just up to the player if you get the guitar. And as it stands right now, I really enjoy using it with the down-only sort of configuration, and then I'm able to do drop D super easy with the D-tuner. It's really fun. And there's also a selection of titanium parts on here, which is unique to FU Tone. That's kind of their thing, is you know, upgraded parts on the traditional Floyd style bridge. So there's the titanium inserts that hold the strings in the saddles. You got titanium screws holding the saddles down, titanium screws in the back here for the to lock the strings in the bridge saddles. Super cool. And also, last but certainly not least, great big brass block on this bridge, which just I noticed gave me, because I listened to it both ways with the standard block and with the brass block, seems to give you this really deep tone that just has this deep resonant kind of thing that it just lends heft to the sound in a really cool way. So it's a fancy bridge and I'm digging it. I really like it. Frets on the guitar are the jumbo style, so you know, big frets. I grew up in the 80s and we liked big frets, and I'm all good with that. So those are the ones that we went with, and they're stainless steel, so they stay nice and shiny and polished forever. It's good stuff. And that's the basic rundown of the guitar. Did I neglect to mention anything? Locking tuners, those are on pretty much every Suhr guitar, I think, these days, just about. Those are really nice and just sort of facilitate stringing. Of course, you got the lock nut there too, so it's like, it's kind of an extra, but hey, it's nice to have. Other than that, it's just really the design of the guitar. I mean, we came up with this custom pickguard design. We spent a long time drawing this to make it look like it flowed and just be unique. In my guitars, I really like them to look kind of classic and like something familiar, but also look like something distinct. So, and that's a difficult thing to achieve, I find sometimes. So we really spend a long time trying to not make it look, you know, too different and strange from the get-go, from the first time you see the instrument. I want it to look familiar, but yet be unique and go, oh, that's cool. They did a slightly different twist. And that's what this pickguard is on this instrument, the way it kind of flows through the bridge humbucker, and we have the ring and the kind of distinct window cover on the humbucker, and I just really like the way it looks. So that's it. So that's the HSS Custom. I love this thing. So that's the position 2 with the split single, you know, split humbucker combined with the middle single coil. I like that sound a lot. It's really, really nice for kind of some lower gain stuff. Here's the bridge pickup as well going into parallel. So I'll start with it in series and then switch it into parallel. So you can hear in series, it's just got way more mids and more output. And in parallel, you've got that slightly stringier, twangier thing, which can be really cool. It also tends to balance really perfectly in parallel with the single coils, because it's a hotter humbucker. So of course it's gonna be louder than the single coils. Put it in parallel though. And you get pretty much an even balance, where it seems like it's like really like the same kind of output pickup. So if you have any questions about the guitar, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. They will be more than helpful, as they always are, to answer any questions. And if you get a chance to check one out, I really hope you dig it. It's the HSS Custom from Suhr and myself, Pete Thorn. Thanks a lot.